Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me Matt. We have a 2v2 here on Flag Term. You can find Flag Term on the workshop by just writing in Flag Term. Let's go through the players, shall we? We have Western Front battle. We have Rachel and Bugs Bunny, both playing as the United States of America. Both have not decided for a commander yet. So let's go through what the axes are. We have Stokler Mulvey, the main developer of Spearhead 2 mod, playing as the Mthis, alongside Ralph Roberts as the Wehrmacht. Looks like neither side has really decided on what commanders they want to go for yet. This should be very fascinating, potentially. Here's Stokler Mulvey moving up quickly with an MG-34 Kuppelwagen coming up behind the Sturm Pioneers and the Sturm Grenadiers. Basic. We have several Volksgrenadiers coming out for Ralph Roberts. Looks like they're not intent on going for Grenadiers yet. Just purely Volksgrenadiers. Americans pushing up slowly bit by bit as well. Mostly just riflemen for both Americans, which is a pretty basic opening. Realism, I'm going to try and get some shots in here in the sandbags that hit them enough though. And Pioneers will have to win a fight against Rear Echelon in the long run, I think. Rear Echelon are not really meant to be combat infantry at all. They could get lucky with a few of their RNG-based rifle bullets. After this setting up down here, US I know it's a flank here, and this cover is directional, so this is not actually a lot of cover as it might look like. Now they're about to be caught in a crossfire, potentially. Oh, there is the Sturm Grenadiers here to cover that flank. The Kuppelwagen is quickly driving up. And if that can suppress the American infantry, it's basically done. Good grenade attempt. Those Realism might be in trouble because they... Oh, yeah! Getting around that corner, they got mowed down by the Sturmgewehr of the squad leader. Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht is having a long firefight against the Americans up here. Using a lot of cover to push up. Good to see. Always good to see. Americans are getting on the flank here, though. Forcing those Volksgrenadiers to get out of there. Oh, and that's a dead Volksgrenadier squad. That's a big deal. Americans have not lost a squad on the southern flank yet. Now, the issue is that Kuppelwagen is still providing a little bit of an issue for the Americans, but it's not actually getting a lot of kills. Again, it's meant to suppress, not really kill. Oh, they got the gunner. That's exactly the situation they wanted. So now the Americans potentially overrun. Oh, he's actually running for it. He wants to finish that Kuppelwagen. To the rifle grenade. And there we go, it's down. That's a pretty big move already from the Americans. And that Sturm Pioneer might be in trouble. Well, meanwhile, we have fighting going on against the Wehrmacht up here. That's the Sturm Pioneer, I think. He only has his K-98 against 3 Americans here. And he's trying to get out of there. Oh, good grenade, though. That might actually just save them, but I don't think it will. Yeah, one shot. Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht is still having a fierce fight with the Americans here. Great coming out for the Americans here. Grenadiers are in trouble. They're gonna have to pull back. More Grenadiers coming up as well. Sturm Grenadiers are pushing forwards. Throwing splintering grenades. Looks like we are only going to be relying on Italian Sturm Grenadiers from Stokler Mulvey's side at this point. Still no commander choice from either side. Wonder what they're planning. Well, they might have been in an agreement that it might be a non-commander battle. I don't know. Could be. It looks like the Sturm Grenadiers are having a hard time facing off against all the American infantry at the moment. After this, generally needs to pick a commander to get some more options, I think. Wehrmacht can do pretty decently with Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers, but commanders just add so much flavor and extra firepower to certain commanders, certain factions rather. Like I think these Storm Grenadiers are definitely gonna be on the back foot here. The Americans are just gonna keep throwing men at the problem right now. New Storm Pioneers have been called in to replace the losses. And the fighting continues over here. There's a few long-range firefights by the looks of it, which does favor the Germans in this kind of situation. The Americans have some vertical though, so the Americans are slowly getting more and more of this park where the flag terms are situated. More Sturm Grenadiers pushing up to the front. But the closer they get, the more in trouble they'll be, because the Americans are getting pretty damn dangerous. Close to medium warfare thanks to the semi-autos. You can already see there. That's a bad situation for those Sturm Grenadiers. Smoke grenades going out though. Let's try and cover retreat, I suppose. Yep, they need to get out. No, that was actually a splintering grenade. My bad. Mthis is going for a take-up. Wehrmacht is being overrun over here. MG42 has arrived though for the Wehrmacht, which could help them set up a more stable front line. It can cover a lot of territory. Good job for those Sturm Grenadiers. Or Sturm Pioneers. Oh, they're not gonna win that fight though. There's just too much American rifle fire here. I think the Germans just need to pull back. I don't think they can fight this kind of front line unless they get some more stuff. You have an MG34 coming out from the Waffen-SS behind us. MG42 has been established. Critical did stop the Wehrmacht from pushing up a little bit briefly. Only 2 guys down here. I don't think that's going to be able to hold off anything. Might be able to get some lucky shots on the Americans, but that's going to be 10 American soldiers coming their way soon.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
Americans have also tacked up. First truck has arrived here for the Waffen-SS. Their method of taking up. And MG42 is cutting down any Americans that try to go through the center here. Yeah, this will be hard pressed to punch through a MG42 in this park. A lot of places you can flank it, I think.
Prepare for combat.
MG44 arriving here for the Waffen-SS. Germans are getting up to tier 2 at the moment. And again, the MG42 is wreaking havoc on anything it can see. There we go. Waffen-SS is now taking up here, allowing them to heal their infantry back at the home base. Mthis just setting up just outside. Very cheeky. Oh, we have a commander choice. It is SS Panzer. Okay, so we have Panzer tactics coming in for the Waffen-SS. The first SS is present. Do we have any command choice from the other factions? Nope, not yet. We'll keep an eye on it though. But now we know that Stockholm has made a decision. Americans can flank this MG34 quickly. And MG34 has to move. But he's already knowing what to do.
The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations
Yeah, because they're going to be hard pressed to try and hold this position. MG42s are being equipped on the Sturm Grenadiers. And MG34 is pushing up somewhere. Needs to be very cautious where it sets up. Oh, he's trying to get back here. That's actually a good position because that would allow it to sit. Oh. Risky, but I suppose the timing worked out. There's no American to shoot. Also, we have a commander choice from Racial. It is US Rifle. Pretty good commander that can do a lot of stuff. Anyway, the Wehrmacht is still pushing up here on the Americans with no commander choice. Lots of heavy fighting up here. MD-34 is going to get some shots in this area. But I don't think attack routing through this hedgerow and towards heavy cover is working that much. Americans going for the cutoff. Good to see. Going to deny the Germans their fuel. Unless they intercept it. Two pioneers did force the Americans back there.
The Americans have cut our supply line.
Now, I'm not sure what kind of weapon you would want to give your Sturm Grenadiers in this kind of environment. The MG42 is always a good choice, of course. But I think getting use of the MP40s would actually work because of these short distances the firefight seems to sometimes be. Also, it would allow them to fire more accurately on the move. Not looking good here for the Germans on that flank, at least. Oh, we also have a Wehrmacht Panzer coming out for Ralph Roberts. Okay, so we have double Panzer. That is a very hefty combination. Very costly, but with high potential. It depends on how they utilize and if they can get to the late game. Don't know commander choice yet from Bugs Bunny. They'll probably have to pick something soon. Good coming out here for the rifle company on the southern flank. For Racial. Eagle mine speed, good to see. Always want to lay a lot of mines if you're playing against the Germans, in my opinion. It's a very German tactic to do. Meanwhile, the Grenadiers push up. We have Großdeutschland Panzer Grenadiers coming in. Always a good choice. And we have a commander choice. I think this might be armor. Yes, that's US armor. Okay, so we have a Wehrmacht Panzer, SS Panzer, US armor, and US rifle. Pretty interesting combinations. I think this could end up being a very hectic fight, depending on how it goes. Man looks is already causing a little bit of trouble. Some supplies being airdropped in for the Americans, some fuel. One of the advantages of playing US armor. A small 60mm mortar set up here for the American Rifle Company. Unique mortar to them, I believe. It's a very tiny mortar, so used for more close-range combat in urban environments. I think it does have more accuracy because it's meant to be such a short-range mortar. Oh, command ship against the Lux. Yeah, there's no way that can survive. The Lux can survive that. And before it's being equipped on the Volksgrenadiers. Ostdeutschland is on the field now. The Waffen-SS troops might have to pull back here. Storm Pioneers are being very aggressive. They should probably be equipped with some MP40s though, I think. Now they're being asked to shoot them, so they have to get the hell out of there. If they even can. Waffen-SS is taking heavy losses. Wehrmacht is still trying to hold on here. Ostdeutschland is going to be a problem to deal with. Ostdeutschland are pretty damn good. We only have one of them in the field at a time, though. Pack 40s are rolling onto the battlefield to deal with the American tanks. This battle might be showing up pretty quickly into something intense. Need to see how it goes. Let me just get some water here. It's the first thing I'm recording today, so it's quite early. For me, in all honesty. A2 shouldn't come out for the US Armor Company. No big surprise. Mines being made by the US Rifle Company, which is something you can do. If you're playing as US Rifle, your riflemen can actually lay mines. They're pretty useful for setting up a defensive line. And 30 cal is really causing issues here for these folks, Grenadiers. They're not gonna last long. The pack might be going for a cheeky high exposure shot though. And they needed this. Oh, and I got the 30 cal. That's exactly what you aim for. Ostdeutschland is holding up the center here. Good coming up on this flank. Pack missed. MG34 stays stealthed. Pretty nice. Oh, good shoot through the terrain there with the Pack 40. It looks like Stark is using a lot of micromanagement here to try and survive, which they kind of do need to do if they're playing as Waffen-SS in this situation. He barely has any units. He has to focus a lot on micromanaging units and using any trick he can to just hold his position. Especially against US Rifle. US Rifle is not easy to come up against. US Armor's pushing over the Wehrmacht positions again. Lots of MP40 starting to be handed out. Oh, white phosphorus on the Grenadiers! Oh, and yeah, that's a dead Grenadier squad. Ostdeutschland are still alive, but they have to pull back. Especially with all the Shermans coming onto the field. Good shot from the pack right there. Waffen-SS has stabilized their front line a little bit, but they're still lacking troops. In fact, they've lost all their infantry. They only have their Storm Pioneers left. That's a pretty big issue, especially with a Sherman coming up. Oh, Minesweepers, good to see.
Supply Hubcatter is ready for orders.
Bad looks are still causing issues for the Americans in that front line. The inch gun is slowly creeping up though. Or could we say inching up?
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Let's see, taking up for the Waffen, not for the Waffen, for the Wehrmacht. Waffen has got all their trucks out, they just need to establish them. Indeed, it looks like we're going for early vehicles first, or early tanks anyway. Wait, is that a replacement truck? Oh, that might have been a mistake. Put an extra truck. Might have been a misclick, that could have happened. We also have a Pack 38 coming in to supplement the Pack 40. I guess it's just nice to have a little one in reserve. Who the hell knows when that might come in handy. Company is trying to hold it desperately. I'm not sure they can put away their Minesweeper though. Oh, Scott is hitting terrain there, but Scott is now present. Which is a big threat to German infantry. It fires explosive shells only. Cool. Pack is not firing. Oh, and high explosive kills it. And the Storm Pioneer is gone. Oh, that's a big loss down there on that flank. The Mthis is in jeopardy. The Wehrmacht is still doing okay, thanks to this. Of course, Deutschland is still holding up in the center here, but the Americans are preparing for another push here by the looks of it. This Pack 30 is going to have a hard time firing a special shell. Good penetration. They fired the Steel Granate, which is like a shaped charge. Oh, almost getting the... Oh, but then the Scot... Oh, that's the power of the Scot right there, folks. Most Deutschland almost got killed, probably by high explosive. Wehrmacht is still holding up the front line here the best it can. They go down to Sherman, nice to see. Double packs is paying off. Mthis is getting some Panzer Grenadiers to replace the losses, I think. Yep. Versus his Panzer Grenadiers in the fields. Unique unit available to SS Panzer. Really good Panzer Grenadiers. Probably some of the best Panzer Grenadiers in the game, if you ask me. Also pretty costly, I believe. Only 300. But that position... Oh, that looks like the Americans are bailing because of the flag.
Heavy armor has been lost.
Versus has to be quite careful here. He has grabbed the pack though. And he still maintains the squad, that's important. And he just pulls the pack back. That's good usage right there. You don't want to waste squads in doing it. Oh, but Blitz truck coming out, probably to help the Enforcer scavenge. Already being equipped with scope Sturmgewehrs for these Panzer Grenadiers. That's the unique thing about the first SS Panzer Grenadiers. They can be armed entirely with Sturmgewehrs, both scoped and non-scoped. Which can be a pretty big boon in all ranges if you want them. The issue is just that they if you lose them, that's a lot of munitions wasted on one squad, in all fairness. Instead you could like get 4 MP40s for 40 munitions. Which is also a pretty good upgrade in my opinion. That's good news pushing forwards here. I expect being noted by the Pack 38. Missed. And the Americans did pull back. Wehrmacht is still holding up here. They haven't got teched up for vehicles though, but the question is what are they going to do? We're actually seeing a full tech up. Are they going for a Tiger? That would be a very risky move if you ask me. Probably get a Stuk out. Like, I would also recommend getting a Stuk or just a Panzer IV out if you're playing as Panzer. Generally, I would always recommend getting a Stuk out. Stuks are pretty handy. This time I was not happy at being mortared by German mortars. Oh, we have a command 76 coming up. Doing with canister round straight on the. Oh, I'm not sure what I was shooting at. I'm not sure what happened there. The Warstein is forced to pull back here. And the German mortars doing a pretty decent job actually. Just harassing the American front line there. Here come the Shermans. They're setting up the A3 first. A2 anyway. And the mortar is still getting some good kills done. Good to see. Yes, the Americans are really sure what to do. We also have Hitler Youth coming in. Another unique squad available to you if you're playing as SS Panzer. Cheaper frontline infantry you can get very early on in the game. I usually use those to replace the usage of my Storm Grenadiers if I'm playing as Panzer, because having a few cheaper infantry unit out early on can just help supplement them. They're also more oriented for assaulting, so that's handy. Oh, the first SS is taking heavy losses here. That's a lot of firepower that coming their way. They are killing that American Rifleman squad. Lots of shells landing. Oh, Wehrmacht took some heavy hits there. Looks just immobilized. And that goes. It's actually recoverable. Another Pack 40 coming up. truck is present, they can reinforce on the front line, I imagine. Yep, looks like it. The Americans are being very aggressive here with their armored forces, good to see. And the packs are really being very lucky. Bullstoys is coming up. And also the Pioneers coming with MP40s. Don't underestimate MP40s, it's a pretty competent machine gun. More Americans coming up, this is the captain from the destroyed Sherman. Now being turned into a machine gun team, okay. Yeah, Wehrmacht lost practically everything in very short succession right there. That's pretty bad. High explosive shell being loaded. Good, Americans are splitting up. They want to climb up against high explosive shell. They did lose one squad though to it. After this is under heavy fire here from high. Oh! Good shot with the pack. But they're gonna lose that pack team, I think. Hitler, you've scored. Not Hitler, you first SS moving out here with their Sturmgewehr. And those Americans will get mowed down. Sturmgewehrs are pretty lethal. Meanwhile, the Americans are quickly pushing up here towards the German base. A lot of armor, including an EC8. Double EC8s are actually on the field. That's a lot of firepower coming out here. Germans are in big trouble. They're actually aiming for the command building. They destroyed the command building! Holy shit! So they denied the tag up. Holy shit, this is looking bad for the Germans. Mthis is still holding on to their position tenaciously. Probably thanks to these first SS. These first SS are pretty damn good at their job. Scott though will do a lot of damage, and we also have a 35mm pack howitzer present.
Yes.
Grenade assault going out. Oh, they almost killed the Groß Deutschland there. Double Panzer IV H going up instead of the tech up now because they did lose the HQ. Still, they have double packs down here for the Waffen-SS. He tried to fight this pack 40, but the pack 40 got a lucky shot. Infantry barracking down for the Wehrmacht. They did kill a squad return though. Mobilized DC-8. Thanks to the flak down here and a pack. Not sure the pack can hit though. It could threaten the Waffen-SS tank production. Pack Panzer IV H is on the field alongside the command Stuck. Now this might give the Panzer Division something they needed. DC-8 is still holding on. After this is trying to push up here, that's white phosphorus coming our way. There you go, that's an DC-8 gone. It's up to this Panzer IV and those Groß Deutschland to push out, I think. Gonna be hard to do. After this is still holding up down here. Need to get some repairs to that structure though. Little truck, to be honest. Range kit cleared.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Oh, penetration on the Panzer IV H. That's what the Stuck is doing. Panzer IV down. Ammo rack on the Stuck. Not looking good. They have managed to rebuild their HQ though, which is impressive. Tanks are setting up to get some more widespread pack front. Good to see. Tiger tank coming out for the Waffen-SS. Holy shit, okay. Will the Germans be able to make a comeback at this point? That's the question. Panzer IV H coming up for the Wehrmacht. All the packs are starting to actually prove to be a problem for the Americans. Sherman 105 on the field. Unique Sherman is available if you're playing as rifle. Uses a howitzer instead, so good for declaring infantry and obstacles, but not that good against tanks. Based on pushing up in this pack, they're gonna be able to clear it, I think. Of course, because the SS infantry is not present. Ooh, high explosive miss there on the 105.
Armor here. Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped
A2
out.
pushing up here.
Under fire.
I cannot push through that easily. Wehrmacht is still holding on here with the Groß Deutschland. And here's the Tiger tank. And the Waffen-SS and the Wehrmacht hold this position. Ooh, more white phosphorus hitting them. Take a risk going out for the Wehrmacht behind us. But there's a Tiger tank now. And that means the Allies will need to consider how they're going to approach this. Because a Tiger tank that's really well utilized can be a pretty big issue. I suppose we're going in there, they don't hit much. More white phosphorus landing on the Waffen-SS positions. Americans are also digging in around the fuel. Looks like the Tiger tank is going to make a move up through the center. That's going to be a very risky maneuver, but it could pay off depending on how lucky the shots are. And die får 2 equipped on the Hauptmann. High explosive being loaded on this US captain. Can probably cancel that. Nah, he did not cancel it, but it did almost kill the captain. Looks like the Waffen-SS a tank building might go down, but that's why they have a reserve one.
Stand by, crew. Regiment advises. Infantry ready.
That has to be very cautious. You don't want the Tiger to get flanked. Especially not by EC8s. The Tiger is holding up the center here by the statue. It's not going to be easy to overcome, but they do have a lot of Shermans. They could quickly overwhelm it if they just coordinated. Oh, there goes another one. We also have a Kampfkraft center coming up here for the Waffen-SS. Gonna allow them to upgrade the veterans of their units. Tiger tank is slowly moving forwards again. It does need support alongside it, which I suppose the Groß Deutschland might be aiming to do. Another Sherman trying to go for a flanking shot. Good shot. The more they can hurt the Tiger, the better. Panzer IV is still recoverable. Lots of packs. No penetration there. Tiger being repaired there quickly. Kampfkraft is going for tank veterancy. No penetration there. Allies have been quite lucky in these tank engagements against the Tiger. But I think the Wehrmacht might soon get their own Tiger on the field. They just need the fuel. Which they might soon have. Now that's going to be a while actually. It's going to be very hard to hold on until they can get that. Oh, they do have scavenge though. They could quickly get it if they can scavenge the correct targets. And double Tigers working together can be pretty potent. But all these Shermans are really starting to add up. And the Allies have a lot of armored elements on the battlefield right now.
Send your mission. Jawohl, will do.
Big move from the Panzer Grenadiers here. Not working out though. Oh! Shot from the start from the ouch, from the Scots there really hurt them. And looks like we have gotta have a scavenging operation going on. He's recruiting the Panzer IV. Oh, okay, that's what he's doing. Trying to save the Panzer IV. They might That work. He might still be able to get it out. No, too late. A2 Sherman down. Oh, leads down. It's still up to this Tiger to hold the front line. Got a good shot there. Getting a Panzer Officer. That'll allow it to essentially be more accurate with its gun in tank-to-tank fighting. He might actually have an ace in the making here, trying to hold up the front line. Because this is like the only thing keeping the Allies at bay. Yeah, now the 76 down. Okay, now it has its Panzer Officer. Which should increase its sight range quite dramatically. Yeah, look at that. But that's a flare from the Ghost Deutschland. The Ghost Deutschland is still being utilized. Oh, that's... Yeah, it was done. Ah, there. Artillery is landing into the German base now. I suppose we've almost cleaned that third rifle company troop. Good shot there on a Major's German. Yeah, this Tiger is an ace. Already 3 veterancy. And if this thing gets veterancy 5, it's gonna be absolutely ridiculous to deal with, by the way. Tigers are amazing as like ace vehicles. So are all the German heavy tanks, basically. Most heavy tanks in the game are actually really amazing if they can become aces. That's a lot of artillery fire going into the German base, though. Also, the slow caliber artillery fire. Going to quickly be manning all these packs. Oh, good shot right there, but didn't kill it. Oh, being gunned down on the Tiger. This is where the Allies should pounce. But they might not have the spirit to do it. I don't think they... and they're not gonna pounce the Tiger here. It was their chance, though. I suppose the shell's going up, missing. He's another EC8 moving up. There are a lot of packs, though. They are killing a lot of the Germans. The Tiger's soon operational again. There's only a small hit to the gun itself. Yeah, just slap some metal on that turret and suddenly it'll work somehow. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. That's good. Yes, pushing up here, getting equipped with scopes to give us. A lot of high explosives coming their way. The Tiger's hitting southwards here with the Scots. Need to be very cautious. Maybe artillery going into the German base here. Is that the Groß Deutschland? Oh, they lost the Groß Deutschland infantry. That's a huge loss. And looks like the Allies are just going full in for trying to destroy the Wehrmacht base here first. After this, they're still holding onto their position. Despite everything. It's just the work of this Tiger, in all honesty. It's been immobilized though. You know, that's another move the Allies should move to try and go for it, but it might be too late. Yeah, it's already been repaired. Like, the longer they just feed kills to this Tiger, the stronger it's gonna become. They need to figure out another tactic. And meanwhile, it's not gonna be long until we're gonna see a second Tiger. This time from the Wehrmacht. Like 1 minute. About 1 minute they'll start to get their own Tiger, I imagine. Oh, 30 cal down there. Oh, no, that's a stolen MT-34, I think. I suppose we're going up for debuff this Tiger. Yep, killing a rifleman squad. And now the Wehrmacht can get the Tiger. And indeed, they're getting it. So we're gonna see double Tigers here. And I also use the Open Blitz here and the repair truck here for repairs. That always works. They basically have double repairs always on this Tiger in this area. Also, the Tiger can ambush. That's pretty handy. course, the Mthis is just lacking infantry at the moment. I understand why. It's not an easy position to get out of with all the artillery. Tiger pushing up again. Oh, he's aiming for the AT gun itself. Being very accurate though in that case. It is a small target. Oh, that Sherman went down one shot. No surprise there, it is an 88 gun. The 88 is pretty damn devastating. Oh, Panzerfaust. Oh, very nice. He Panzerfaust the AT gun. Playing a path for the Tiger. Because I don't think the houses are going to do much to this thing. That's one Scott down. And I think there's been very good micromanagement done here. Yeah, it is just cleaving through the American tanks.
Ready for action.
It's almost Veteran 4. Oh, America's getting on the flank here with some AT weapons. Oh, it missed. That's a composite B, I think, in the form of a satchel charge. Tiger now available for the Wehrmacht here. But that's a lot of Tiger tanks. Double Tigers here. Let's see how the Wehrmacht will utilize theirs. I think it's basically identical to the Waffen-SS one. Almost identical. Oh wait, this one can actually be upgraded to a Tiger Ace. We've allowed to decap the territory? Holy shit, so that's the unique thing if you're playing as the Waffen-SS then. That the Wehrmacht one can get smoke canisters. Very fascinating. Now, I would say perhaps just upgrading it to the Tiger Ace. That would actually be pretty good. I suppose they're coming out here from the Wehrmacht Tiger. The Allies will need something to deal with this because the Germans are slowly getting territory again. Now, if the Wehrmacht can build up in Baracken, they might be able to get some Panzer Grenadiers out to support the Tiger. Good, they're scavenging all the wrecks. That's going to give the Germans a chance to make a comeback. Generally want to scavenge frequently if you're playing as the Germans. Artillery going in, probably aiming to try and immobilize the Tigers. And the Allies are in a troubled situation now. Suddenly there's two Tiger tanks on the fields impeding their movement. Or their advance anyway. I guess the Germans were just holding a line until the Tigers arrived. This Tiger is definitely proving its worth. It's definitely an ace. I get that upgrade and it will be even more scary because we'll just be able to decap the territory. Just quickly move out and take care of it. Oh, 30 caliber for the Hitler Youth. They found it on the ground. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Now my Tiger pulling back. Oh, we got the Kampfkraft Center. We also got a Baracken, and indeed we're seeing Großleutnant coming out again. Großleutnant will help support that Tiger a lot because they're good at fighting and scouting for it. That's kind of what their job is. SS Panzer is moving up very aggressively. Oh, taking out another Sherman, holy shit. Was that a Scott? I'm not sure. Oh, it's a Scott, my bad. And this Tiger is definitely proving its worth. And it's almost Veteran 4. And that's an example of if you really know how to just... Oh! French guns are hitting the Wehrmacht Tiger hard though. But if you really can micromanage a heavy tank well, and it'll do good, it can become really potent to have. More Hitler Youth come onto the field, and the Großdeutschland are on the field as well. They're always pretty good to have. Packs being destroyed though.
Destroyed an anti-tank gun.
And the Waffen-SS Panzer is moving again. Tiger tank will definitely still provide an issue for the allies. I suppose loading on this rear echelon. I'd say perhaps that was a little bit of an overkill shot. The Germans have secured the fuel source again. This is always going to be handy for them. Like, if Stock can survive long enough and get enough fuel, they could actually get a second Tiger tank. US Major going down. Oh, almost went down. Now we have a veteran C4 Tiger. Oh, good shot there from the pack house using a heat shell. Oh, no, wait, a whole charge. Still good, though. German 76 is going in for the kill. Going for a flank. But there are Germans nearby to prevent it. Wehrmacht Panzer still trying to... Wehrmacht Tiger still trying to hold, but artillery is going in. Heavy artillery once again. Oh, the Wehrmacht base is just completely being shattered. But the Wehrmacht Tiger is getting kills. Needs to be very cautious. Oh no, the Wehrmacht Tiger is down! Going into the statue. Oh, the Wehrmacht is suffering. The Mthis Tiger Ace is essentially still holding the line. It's really up to that Tiger Ace at this point to do anything. Because the Wehrmacht is out of supplies, I think. Well, they actually got plenty of fuel, it's just... they can't really spend it on anything. Mthis Tiger's quickly pushing up here. Grenade assault coming out for the US riflemen. Oh, it's just not looking good here at all. Ostdeutschland is still holding up the best they can, though. Tiger Ace is going up for kills. Okay, it's trying to aim for those EC8s. Well, that EC8 anyway. 4 EC8s are being prepared behind us. How the Wehrmacht gonna get back from this? Definitely not looking good for him. Good utilization of the pack supporting the advanced grenadiers. I suppose we're going out as well from the Tiger. Good shot. More mines being laid and prepared by the Americans on one flank though. How to deal with the Tiger if it goes their way. Like, I will say Stark is doing a good job with this Tiger. It's done a lot of work. And I don't think Stark though will be able to get a second Tiger at this rate. The fuel income is just too low.
A gun crew has been lost.
But I think the Allies are fearing this Tiger. Because they all know that if they engage it, they're probably gonna die in the tank-to-tank fight. One Sherman almost... oh, they got the loader! And with that, that Tiger has to pull back. Losing a loader is a big deal. I mean, that's a really high reload time happening. 476 Shermans coming onto the field. They might be planning to just overrun the Tiger. Like, Valve could technically get another Tiger shortly if they can just get the manpower going. But I think more Americans are going in for another heavy bombardment on the base. Seem to like to do that to the German Wehrmacht base here. They might be going for the Waffen-SS one this time. Yeah, they're bombing the Wehrmacht base again with the heavier howitzers. They did cut down the Major though, but I think the Wehrmacht base is not going to survive these shells. The Tiger Ace is still holding the front line. Oh, he did survive. Another easy hit down. Sherman's out on the flank. They need to overrun this Tiger Ace. Oh, they got the loader. That might be the chance they were waiting for. Oh, but they might be holding. I'm not sure. They're still pushing up, though. They could overrun the Tiger here. Was because the loader is still injured. Oh, yeah, I think this might be the end of the Tiger Race. Well, you can really see how powerful the Tiger can be if utilized. Utilized correctly. Oh, good flanking here from the Ghost Deutschland. That might have just given the Germans some time. And yet another Tiger is coming up for the Wehrmacht. Artillery going in for this Tiger. Oh, that's heavy artillery, holy shit! And they got it! Artillery shell hit the Tiger! Tiger Ace is down. And I think that might be the end of the German defense here of this park. There's no way they can hold back the Americans without that Tiger Ace and its valiant efforts. Oh my god. Pretty intense battle, I will say, here at the end. And the fact the Germans held on for that long while being base locked is kinda nuts. The Allies need to push in now. They have the chance. They just need to push in. Because if that second Tiger comes out, it could potentially help hold back the Allies. But no, I think at this point, it's over. I think. Yeah, the Germans surrender and pull back. They've lost everything. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you all next one, everyone.